Turn into the podcast. Hey, turn into the podcast. We on the couch.
We got B-Rav in the building.
Hey,
Give us some B-Rav. Sing to the ladies and
hey.
the fellas.
We pulling to the couch. It's called a podcast. Let me show you what to do. My name is B-Rav. Hey, and I know how to do it. Let me show you all these girls I'm just pursuing. It's a freestyle, and we rocking it. Can you hear my voice? Are you liking it? Yeah. Hey,
Yep.
we on the couch.
We got bars.
Hey,
It's the DSC.
hey, it's the DSC.
Tune in, like, subscribe. DSC_podcast.
Now the third one, you said everyday work. What's the motivation? Is you got to get out of the buffet mindset. See, and what I mean by buffet mindset is sometimes we go to work and we put so much on our plate. I want to eat this, I want to eat that, because our eyes get big. We see a problem, we want to fix this problem, and that problem. And you want to fix them all. But the thing is, your stomach and your appetite and your eyes are bigger than what your stomach can actually handle. So when you get out of that buffet mindset, you got to get yourself down to that kid's meal and say, okay, I'm going to focus in on this. I'm going to focus in on this one thing. While I want to fix 100 other things, I'm going to put my attention and my efforts into this, because this is the only thing that I can control at this one moment. So I'm going to try to focus in on this one thing. Now, there's going to be things that deter you, but use that as your motivational piece in the career. The work section. Say, hey, let me work on this, put my effort into this, and if it goes where I want, great. And if it does, then I'll move on to the next one. So that's my approach, but I don't know.
Yeah, I was talking to a troop or a person I supervised not too long ago, and I was like, well, if you have 4 projects and you 75% done with all of them, but you didn't meet the deadline with all 4 of these projects, you 100% non-compliant. And she was like, well, what does that mean? I was like, well, you have to finish one thing, then finish the other, you know what I'm saying, and give everything, the time that it needs so that you can be successful. You can't meet all these demands and put these crazy parameters on your work lifestyle when it's not enough hours in the day, bro. And that doesn't mean staying at work late and neglecting your family. You know what I mean? That just means keeping it a buck with your supervisor or anybody that you owe something from. Like, yo, I'm working this. I'm going to get it done. I'm working some other things. This is in my queue. And anybody can respect that. Anybody can respect it from the top of your leadership all the way down to the lowest level that's above you. So, yeah, you hit on a good point there, huh?
And then to hit on that COVID point, like what I'm doing like right now, man, I got an end goal. Like y'all know my end goal. Like it's less than a year away, bro. So like whatever I can do, like that's my motivation. But then also on top of that, like it would be just like a lot of people ain't getting paid. A lot of people out there losing jobs and stuff. Like they having all this. I'm still getting paid. My family's still fed. And like, if all I got to do is just go in or whatever I got to do to just go in, put a smile on my face, be happy out there, I'm going to do that just so my family keeps being fed. We can keep living like we living until this does pass over, and then I can look at the other options. But right now, hey, I'm definitely motivated to do what they asking me to do right now because I want to be out there on the other side in that unemployment line,
We blessed. We definitely blessed, brother.
Right.
So
that's a big piece to it when you talk about and that's one thing that people looking at like, man, I know somebody who was about to get out of the military and, they offered to cancel their retirement to stay in longer. And the reason being, because they was like, look, I'm getting out, but like, ain't nobody got no job in the States. Like that's a real life fear to some. That is a real life fear and concern to a lot of different people who are in the military getting out, because if we call it a spade,
a lot of
while
people
the
don't take care of
military
stuff.
takes care of you, but if you don't take care of yourself, when you get out, there's no Willy Wonka ticket that says I got out of the military and I'm guaranteed success. That's why there's a lot of veterans on the side of the street saying I'm getting out to go work at the post office. While there's nothing wrong working at the post. Hey, my mom worked at the post office for a long time. That may not be what everybody chooses to do, and unfortunately, everybody doesn't have a job in the military that translates. That's just facts. Some people, the most you're gonna make is in the position you're in right now in the military because you didn't necessarily get that position, nor did you take care of yourself to position yourself to get that job. But I would tell them, him or them or anybody else, right now, people looking at Corona the wrong way. Is it bad? Yeah, it's got some badness to it. Is it some horrible things happening? Yeah, damn sure is. But right now they're offering so many free classes, like books
It's
and
too
stuff
much.
for you to improve yourself. It's so much out there that
It's
you
so
could do.
much.
It's
You
ridiculous.
need to leave. Here's the thing, Corey. And if you're listening, brother, you are the asset. The people are always the asset. So you need to balance out taking care of yourself. And the mission's gonna be there. You're gonna take care of the mission because you're a stand-up dude. Anybody that gives a damn about their work ethic and stuff like that in their job, you can care about it this much. You know what I mean? But you're gonna put forth the effort, but you have to take care of you. That way, when it's time to walk away and you've had enough shit, and that is not to say that the military is a bad place, because we've all learned a lot from what we've been through and trials and tribulations. But at the same time, I can walk away tomorrow with what I
Yep.
got in my bank account, what I got in my degrees. They're not on the wall, but what I have in my certifications and my experience, and be Gucci. I know that. And if I'm not, I'm gonna take my other talents and make some money. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And that's a wonderful feeling to be able to be like, you know what? I've done this to death. In 20 years, there's nothing to sneeze at. Or 21, 22, whenever I decide to roll. But
I'm gonna be
I
about
got to do something.
36.
I got to do something
And
different.
but
Yeah.
let me tag on to this, Corey, man. And I'm really glad you posed this question, man. And if you have other questions, please pose them, because this is the type of conversation that is good to have. Cash made a good point. I've always said, first off, make no mistake about it. The United States Air Force has taken care of me and mine for quite some years. I will forever be grateful for what they've been able to provide me and mine, whether that's been housing, food, family, all the good stuff. But at the same time that I say that, I need you to understand that the military can sometimes be golden handcuffs. What I mean by golden handcuffs is gold. Everybody likes gold. It looks good. But if you are not careful, you are trapped. When you get to an end of your enlistment, you need to be in the position where you're saying, do I want to reenlist? Not shit. I have to reenlist because I haven't taken care of what I need to take care of. A lot of people, they get in and they get complacent. They think, well, I'm getting a check on the 1st and 15th. You know, my bills, I can afford my payments. I'm good. We are not even taking the time to educate ourselves on the most basics of things that we are going through. I challenge, and I'm attempting to insult you and everybody else that I'm talking to, and I hope I get under your skin, is, do you really know what the hell going on in your life with your money, with your education? You ask somebody, hey, where you at on your degree? Oh, I got a couple classes. What classes? Oh, about 6 or 8. How do you not know? How are you pursuing a goal if I told you I'm trying to do something, but I can't tell you how or what I'm trying to do? Or
Bullshit. It's just bullshit to me.
Stop checking boxes to be a good human being. Oh man, I got a savings, I got a TSP, and I got a Roth. And when I turn around and say, what fund are you investing in? Oh, I don't know. Well, how much are you putting in? I don't know. Well, what's your return? What's the interest rate on your account? I don't know. That's like that makes no sense. So as far as motivation, the biggest motivation that any of us need on anything is making you better. How are you making you better? And I can't answer that for you, Cash, or Prez can't answer that. You got to look at yourself in that mirror and say, what am I doing to make me better? And that's for
Okay.
anybody out there.
So let's swing it now to the family portion. What are y'all doing to stay motivated and stay intertwined with the family aspect? Everybody's at home. Everybody's at home. Let's go, Cash.
So, I have 4 kids in total, but 3 live with me. They're all 3 different ages. So for me, it's like trying to find time to spend, because they all want to do different things. They all don't like the same thing. So it's just trying to find times to have discussions and talks, or just sit and be, you know what I mean? And get off of my phone. Stop thinking about what I can do to make the podcast better, or stop thinking about what I can do to make myself better, or like just be present. You know what I mean? That's all I'm trying to do, is be more present. And with the wife as well, it's just like, yo, we enjoy watching our TV shows and stuff like that, and just relaxing and eating good food. That's what we kind of enjoy when we in the house. So, just trying to, instead of just sitting on the couch while she cooking, just going in the kitchen and talking with her and having discussions about just random things, you know what I'm saying? And enjoying that time. So that's what we're trying to do is, learn a little bit more about each other because the ripping and running has slowed down a lot.
I want to just let you know. When I said my vows and I did the I do's, I didn't know I was literally gonna be locked on the island with somebody for this long, man. This ain't what I signed up for. This ain't what I signed up for. This is getting very, very hard, man. Like it's day to day making up new things to do. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a struggle for me, man. Like on that portion, family wise and everything, just because like your day to day usually takes you away from the person, so you got a chance to miss them. But like when you're stuck right there in their face, like nonstop, like people say, yeah, I could do it, but like when you're really faced with it, what we turned out to, it's just like, man, like it's more work than the work I do. You know what I mean? Like that's what it had turned into. Like like you said, watching the TV shows and eating I get old at the minute to me too. Like I'd have seen every TV show. I didn't want to watch nothing else that I don't want to watch. I want to go back here and do this right here, but I know I need to still spend that time. So that part has been a struggle. Just like, bro, quit being selfish. Got to quit doing this. You got to find something for the wife. You got to keep the kids motivated. You gotta get them in school. The teacher only giving you so much. You got to find a way to kind of get the kids still engaged where they constantly learning. Because everything, I don't know about how y'all's been doing. Like it seems like everything the teachers have been sending is just stuff they can already do. And I'm like, I know that's not school. School, you learn something new. I don't feel like they're getting the teaching.
It's half and half.
Something new.
Yeah, half and half for me.
Yeah.
Because
So
my older son, he don't do a lot for school, but my youngest, my kindergartner, oh yeah, they got him locked and loaded. So it's a little half and half with the boys that are in school.
how about you on that, Hood?
I know you away from the
So-
family and stuff, so yeah, you got a different dynamic.
So it's a different dynamic, but it's similar at the same time. We've been doing electronic communications for a minute now. You know what I mean? So I think it's different now because with moms having all the boys, that's can be stressful to her. So I try to help her out with stuff like that. I just having those conversations. Our conversations and talks just happen at different times. When I wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, I got to be ready to talk about the budget because she coming locked and loaded, ready to rock and roll. You know what I mean? Because that's at that time of the day for her is a different, you know what I mean? So it's a different time zone. So sometimes that poses this challenge. It's not necessarily just that conversation. So it has its difficulties within that sense. But then at the same time, the difficulties for her, which is really she on some G shit because the twins are there, but they're on their school schedule still from here. And then my oldest is there, but he's on his school schedule from there. So she's up with the twins in the middle of the night doing their work, but then has to be up somewhat to monitor the 16-year-old while he does his work. Luckily for us, majority, all my kids, they pretty much do fairly well when it comes down to education. But for her, sleeping is not really on a regular schedule right now. It's horrible. So that's one part that we're truly looking forward to just having a bit of normalcy within the whole family dynamic. And there's going to be a great adjustment period. We understand that. So just trying to get to an understanding and a place with that will be good. And just as far as the motivation, like I said, it's similar to before. It's like we just chart down the days. Every day they go by, it's another day closer. Another day closer to saying, okay, we can stop doing this. I can stop paying rent in 2 different locations and, supporting 2 different households and all those other good things. And, having a parent over the iPad, which it's not effective. I mean, it's not effective at the standpoint of you got a 16-year-old who's 6'2", damn near almost 200 pounds. And I'm trying to say, shoot your ass down.
Absolutely. I know it. I have a 16-year-old girl.
He takes the phone like this. So
we understand the dynamics that's going on. How do you stay motivated on that portion though?
You stay motivated by just knowing that, you never quit. You never quit trying to still be there and be present as much as you can. You stay motivated by saying, hey, even though I may not necessarily feel like me giving you a stern talking to over the phone may not be as effective, you still cannot quit on what you're doing. And how I stay motivated is the same way I stay motivated to everything else, knowing that each day that go by, it's one less day I got to do this through an iPad.
For sure. That's
And,
real.
for your situation, exactly.
With my daughter,
Like on the motivated, like how do you like when you explain what was going on? How are you staying like motivated every day to get up and like gotta get this done, whatever.
with the family,
Yeah.
what's motivating is just learning more about my family, man, and things that I don't know, and having the conversations that we typically don't have the time to have, because you got to think about when you come home, you have like a limit, 3 hours max of family time before everybody's going to bed or off to doing their own thing. So I'm motivated by learning a little bit more about my kids and what they're thinking and what they're, what they want to do or whatever. So that's what keeps me motivated, is continuing to learn about your family, because just like you go out and do your own thing, they go out and live their life too in different aspects. So sometimes you get to learn a lot about your kids and what they like and who they are by just being present with them and asking them questions and just having, good, just random talks around the house. Hell, shooting hoops with my oldest son. We do the most talking out there. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, he upstairs in his room playing video games, talking to his friends from back in the States. So, you know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes he'd be up here a little bit too long and I'm like, hey, man, come join society and get back downstairs with the family, I got to give him that time to talk to his family from back in the States and his friends back in the States, and understanding that that's his comfort zone as well. You know what I mean? So I can't take him away from that. So learning all those different type of things that I wasn't taking the time to think about is rewarding for me. You know what I mean? Because I think that as far as the kids and my wife, we on the same page now as far as what we want to do. You know what I mean? So and we've been talking about a lot more about finances, a lot more about retirement, a lot more details, instead of just surface level conversation that sometimes we're just too tired to have those conversations, so that's been keeping me motivated, because I know there's something else that's happening as far as preparation and learning my family.
So yeah, man. Like for me though, man, it's like as a parent, your kids like your kids look up to you in a certain type of light. Like they look at you, oh, dad knows this, mom knows this. Your parents say they can help me out with this right here. It's coming like with all the schoolwork and everything that goes in, like that can kind of show like, oh, he don't really know about this right here. Like, so I got to go find that time to actually like learn this new way they're doing math and learn it, because I don't want to lose that. And I still want to keep that title. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's honestly like what's like motivating me going. Like I was like, well, whatever they learning new, like I want to learn it this way. I forget the old ways that we was taught and stuff like this, and learn it their way. And so I can still be intelligent in their eyes, or the one that they want to go to for answers before they start. They spend all this time. I want them to lose and like, dad don't really know shit.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell you something. Let me give you a little parenting toolbox tip. I just saw this today, man. They offering for military people and their dependents, K through 12, tutor.com. You get to use it for free. I mean, they'll help you with or whatever, professional tutors. I'll tell my kids, man, don't ask me, ask the tutor. That's what they get paid for. It's my job to supply you with resources. I am a connector. My 5 voices is connector. I will connect your ass with a tutor.
Not a bad approach. I mean, not a bad approach. Not one I would take, because my pride would be, I'm gonna teach my kid. I'm gonna teach my kid. But I'll be proud. It's smart. It's smart.
Yeah, he's trying to look at you like, I thought you knew what you were doing.
So I'm with you, Perez. If your kids start losing faith in your knowledge, it could be an issue.
Going different. Yeah, that's an issue. All right, and then to wrap this thing up, just like how y'all doing like offline, like away from the family? Like what are you doing like personally to stay motivated on top of all this? It ain't work or whatever. Like what are you doing?
The DSC_podcast.
Yeah, that's what's keeping me going.
Hey, this
is exactly what's keeping me going. Learning new things every single day about the pod, and learning YouTube and how to monetize and how to make what we do. It's not about the money, but at the same time, we do take a lot of time away from our families by doing this, and then I want to have something to show for it to my family too. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, you know, at one point I want to be like, you know what, this vacation that we took is courtesy of DSC podcast. You know what I mean? Like that's maybe an
He's
ultimate
still
goal.
not the business account, people. He's still not the business account already.
But nah, you know, so
He don't went on the trip.
I done, hey man, I got big dreams, man. You know, but yeah,
Hey,
that's
that's the same thing
it,
I
though.
had. Business has been booming, man. Creative ideas, and we've been talking nonstop behind the scenes, and we've been trying to find new things to bring out here for this. That's what's been keeping me motivated on personally offline, away from all this. Like I got a little bit of school that's going to, but yeah, definitely just striving just on this and learning new stuff. I think if I don't talk to Exec P probably like 3-4 times a day, it's been weird.
Pretty much, man. Hud, what about you?
I mean, the podcast, really. The podcast, and been trying to work out to eat a little bit better, you know what I'm saying? You know, her
I can
juice goes
see
down.
you losing that neck weight.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, her juice got a little, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Leaving something for the fans around here, man. I lost a little her drip around here now and then. Just kind of trying to run in a little, well, I'm going to say running, you know, these knees might not do too much running, but, you know, bike riding, you know, all kind of stuff. And just kind of keep myself busy, man, because believe it or not, you know, coming home and the kids ain't here no more, you know, the wife and him ain't here no more, so the quietness ain't exactly everything it's cracked up to be. You know, you get kind of weird. Like the other day I wanted some water so bad, and I just found myself like saying, "Jared," and there was nobody answer.
Yeah,
damn.
I'd get up and get them damn self. It was very difficult.
Yeah. So what I would definitely say on that, man, is just like as you see, we all got the podcast that's keeping us going. Just find something that you're creative in and attack it. Just don't slack on it. Don't put it as a back burner and say I'm building up these. Just go in straightforward. Just jump at it.
If you
keep
fail,
motivated, keep you moving.
if you fail, it don't look as good the first
Learn
time. Well,
something.
shit, you got to shoot your shot and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not gonna get
Kobe.
better. Yeah, you're not gonna get better at something if you don't fucking try. You know.
So get up off your asses, quit doubting yourself, and just go do it.
Mhm.
You'll learn out of it, either failure or success. And I'll tell you right now, this right here is a lot of failure that's just slowly creeping into success.
Yeah, and a lot of the
We said
failures.
playing, boy.
Yeah, and a lot of the failures have actually been successes to other people that have viewed it or listened to it. So
Yeah.
you never know what people gonna like, man. So